God, why hast thou forsaken me?
Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, I checked out Holy Hell, and this 2015 movie was directed, written, and actually stars Ryan LaPlante, and also stars Alyssa King and Michael Riley, among others, of course. The story of this movie involves this priest, and he is living in this fictitious town where everybody's a sinner, and he is robbed on a daily basis, he sees people murdered in front of his eyes, that type of stuff. And so he is tired of it, and he gets a sign from God to go buy a gun. And then it is up to him to clean up the town. So what will happen exactly? Well, you have to watch the movie and find out. Alright, so let's discuss Holy Hell. Well, holy moly, this is an extreme movie. This is like an extreme Pulp Fiction or extreme like grindhouse movie where there is like ultra violence, everyone's doing violence to each other all the time. Everyone is cursing so much, like ultra cursing. There's so much gore as well. I heard that the production, actually they bought all the corn syrup for their fake blood in this small town. And so there is that. There's lots of blood, lots of gore, lots of pulp. It's very extreme. Even the characters, like they're all, robbers and murderers and even worse than that. And so it is like a fictitious kind of satire on some people's, delusions about the world, but it just takes it to an extreme. I would go ahead and just say this is really an extreme movie. If you like grindhouse, but you always thought it was, too subdued, this just ratchets up that craziness to 11. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then this is definitely going to be the movie for you. With that being said, I did enjoy the story. The story is very straightforward about this, priest, but I enjoyed kind of his character progression and what, finally breaks him and makes him buy a gun. And so getting to that point, definitely developing his character was really good. I thought the other characters, I did enjoy the other characters. The priest himself, I really did enjoy the priest. I thought he was a good character. He also has like great one-liners. I loved his one-liners. He buys this gun and then he says he's going to name the gun the Lord. And then he walks around with this catchphrase and you'll never guess what it is. So, I'll throw it in here though.
Go with God.
I don't need God. I walk with the Lord.
And so there's other lines that are, just one-liners that made me chuckle throughout the whole thing. So, here's another one.
I thought you were supposed to forgive people.
Forgiveness for some, bullets for the rest.
And so with the character development, the story, the other characters, and everything else that goes along with it, I thought it fit together to make a fun little package. An extreme package, but fun nonetheless. And I know this is like a low budget one, but I did enjoy the acting. It's of course pretty corny, for this like fictitious kind of extreme grindhouse feel for it. But I did enjoy it. I thought the ADR lines, that's where they do like the voiceover lines, it definitely works very well. However, I do have a complaint about it. It just sounds like they use different actors for the voices. Like I never believed that like any of the voices were from that actor. It just didn't really match up, I thought, with like the character's look and the sound of their voice. But all of the lip syncing was done perfectly. So I don't know how to feel about that. So I thought I'd just drop it in here. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, like I've been saying, it is an extreme film, so it does take everything to the extreme. And I would say that it is kind of like this also satire kind of quality to it, where it is taking things to the extreme just to be extreme. So if you are someone who is sensitive, this movie is very insensitive to a lot of the population, I would say. If you're a person who has like moral panic, this is going to like blow your mind. Stay away from this one. This one will give you a heart attack. And alternatively, I did have a dilemma thinking about how to review this movie, because I think if you're like an extremist with, extreme ideas about what to do with certain portions of the population, also stay away from it. It's going to give you some bad ideas. And so like for me, I can understand that this is, a satire on some people's delusions out there. But it just takes it to the extreme in like the most insensitive way, I would say. So yeah, I don't know. Be warned, if you're going to press play, it is pretty insensitive. So who would I recommend this movie for? Well, I think if you're into Grindhouse and you want to, bump it up a notch, go for it. If you are into extreme movies, if that's what you're really into, yeah, then watch this one as well. Oh, and one last thing. If you are looking for this movie did come out in 2015. There is another movie called Holy Hell that came out in 2016. And I think it's like a documentary or something. So just, if you are looking for this movie, it is the 2015 version that you are looking for. As for a score, I think I gotta give it the good bad score. I'm really kind of torn about this movie. But yeah, 4.5, that's the score. So having said that, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.